Hi, let's talk about your success in freeing yourself from procrastination. Picture this. It's Sunday night. You're scrolling through Instagram, seeing people crushing their goals while you're wrapped in a blanket, binge-watching your third show of the day. Sound familiar? Hey, we've all been there. You've got dreams bigger than Texas. Maybe it's launching that podcast, getting in the best shape of your life, or finally writing that novel that's been living in your head rent-free. But something's holding you back, and it's not what you think. See, here's the thing about ambition. It's like having a sports car in your garage, but never learning to drive. You know exactly what you need to do, but somehow you just don't. And that gap between knowing and doing, it creates this gnawing guilt that follows you around like a shadow. Let's get real for a second. Every January 1st, we all become temporary superheroes. This is my year, we declare, armed with new planners and workout clothes. But by February, we're back to our old habits. Netflix asking that familiar, "Are you still watching?" And we tell ourselves, "I guess I'm just lazy." But hold up, what if I told you laziness isn't your problem at all? Sure, the internet's full of quick fixes. Delete TikTok. Use this productivity app. Wake up at 4 a.m. Been there, tried that, bought the motivational t-shirt, right? But these solutions are like putting a Band-Aid on a broken arm. They might make you feel better for a minute, but they're not fixing the real issue. Here's where it gets interesting. Remember high school physics? Stay with me here. I promise this is going somewhere good. Newton's first law of motion talks about inertia. Objects at rest stay at rest, and objects in motion stay in motion. Turns out, your brain works the same way. Think about rolling a snowball down a hill. The hardest part isn't keeping it rolling, it's getting it started. That's exactly why you can binge watch an entire season of Stranger Things, but can't seem to start that 10-minute workout. So here's the million-dollar question. How do we hack this system? Strategy number 1, the micro-start method. Instead of saying, "I need to write a novel," tell yourself, "I'll write one sentence." Want to get fit? Don't commit to an hour workout, commit to putting on your sneakers. That's it. Just like SpaceX doesn't try to reach Mars in one jump, you don't have to reach your goals in one giant leap. Strategy 2. The magic 2-minute rule. Tell yourself you'll work on something for just 2 minutes. That's all. Put on your favorite song and start. Here's the fascinating part. 90% of the time, you'll want to continue after those 2 minutes. Why? Because objects in motion stay in motion. This is my personal favorite. Want to clean your apartment? Don't think about the whole place. Just commit to cleaning for the length of your favorite song. Need to study? Open your book and read one page. It's like dipping your toe in the water instead of diving into the deep end. Here's the cool part, and I see this with my clients all the time. Once you start, something magical happens. That same force that kept you on the couch now works in your favor. You think you'll study for 5 minutes, and suddenly it's been an hour. You plan to write one paragraph, and you end up with 3 pages. Remember when Mark Zuckerberg started Facebook? He didn't set out to create a global social media empire. He just wanted to make a simple website for college students to connect. One small step led to another, and well, you know the rest. The secret isn't in having more willpower or motivation. It's in making that first step so ridiculously small that your brain doesn't have time to fight back. As James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, says, the difference between good days and bad days is often just 5 minutes. So here's your challenge. Pick one thing you've been putting off. Could be anything. That thank you email you need to write, the gym bag that's been sitting by your door, or that business idea you keep talking about. Now make the first step so small it seems almost stupid. I'm talking microscopically small. Remember that time you spent 3 hours binge-watching your favorite show? You didn't need motivation for that. You just started with one episode. The same principle works for productive tasks. Let me give you a practical challenge right now. Pick one thing you've been putting off, something small. Now break it down into the tiniest possible action. So tiny it feels almost ridiculous. Got it? That's your only task for today. The beauty of this approach is that it works for everything. Want to learn a language? Learn one word today. Want to start meditating? Breathe mindfully for 10 seconds. Want to write a book? Write one paragraph. Because here's the truth. You don't need to be motivated to start, but you need to start to become motivated. That's the physics of success. And unlike actual physics, you don't need to be a rocket scientist to master it. Remember, every major accomplishment in history started with someone taking that first, tiny step. The Wright brothers didn't start by building a jet. They started by tinkering in their bicycle shop. Amazon began with Jeff Bezos selling books from his garage. Your journey to breaking free from procrastination starts the same way, not with a grand gesture, but with a simple step forward. And the best time to take that step? Right now. After all, as Walt Disney once said, the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing, even if that doing is just 2 minutes long.